I'm outside of the California All-Stars where teams are preparing new and innovative routines ahead of the 2018 USASF All-Star Cheerleading World Championships. I stopped to talk to Alex Gaggioli, owner and manager of Cheer Theory, about what we can expect from this weekend's competition. Alex, you've been in this industry a while. How have you seen the World Championships evolve over the years?
Well, the biggest thing I've seen change over the years is the size of the event. So, the Worlds is such a huge ordeal now, and we see that in the number of teams that go, we see that in the number of divisions and, the programs that are there. And like this year, for example, there are 14 divisions competing. When I was an athlete, there were far fewer than that. And I think that's one of the most exciting things to see is that, the growth of the sport and, there's a division for everybody. So I think that is awesome.
Two of those new divisions are extra small senior and extra small co-ed. How have those additions shaken up the small senior and small co-ed groups?
So I think that they have affected small senior 5 and small senior co-ed 5 less in terms of the competition, less in terms of competition and more in terms of the number of teams competing, and I think that we'll really see the effects of that at Worlds. And what I mean by that is before at Worlds last year there were like 90 teams in the small co-ed division, and when you have that you have so many people competing for only 10 spots in finals, and when you do that you're left with the super most competitive teams in the country. And now with the extra small senior 5 and extra small co-ed 5 and the restrictions that are attached to them, we're allowed to see teams and new programs that are really awesome and exciting to watch that you wouldn't get the opportunity to see before. And I don't think that means anything less for those divisions. I think it's great that we get to lift all types of gyms up, so I think that's great.
What are some of those teams?
A few of my favorite teams are 5 Star Athletic Stream, which is from Utah, and I've had the privilege of seeing them many times this season and gotten to see them upgrade their routine and make a bunch of choreography changes, and they're super innovative, and so I'll be watching them closely at Worlds. And another one of those teams is Tribe Cheer Chiefs out of Oklahoma, and I watched them in the small co-ed division in 2017, and now I'm going to get to watch them again in a new division with new competitors, and it seems like it's going to shape up to be a good year for them. So super excited to watch them.
Large Senior is always one of the most watched, anticipated, and competitive divisions. This year, Panthers won NCAA, Senior Elite won Cheer Sport, and the World Cup Shooting Stars won the majors. What team do you think is winning Worlds?
So Large Senior is crazy. Anybody who knows anything about cheerleading will tell you that, and I think that's a testament to the teams that are in that division. A lot of them are legacy teams that have been around since the beginning. We're talking the OGs of the cheerleading world, and for me, when you look at them, it's I think that there's such a shakeup every year, or what people call a shakeup every year, is really because they're all so talented, and everyone has their weekend, and judges like different things and routines. And so while all of the teams are super talented, the team that I'm rooting for this weekend is the Stingray All-Stars Orange.
What makes that division so competitive?
Like I said, they're a legacy division, and you have teams like World Cup Shooting Stars, Cheer Extreme Senior Elite, Maryland Twisters F5, whose owners have literally shaped this industry and have been around since the absolute beginning. And when you have that, cheerleading I think is a lot about repetition and time and knowing what works with athletes. And when you look at the biggest programs in the world and the most successful programs in the world, what you see is a difference in training, and those are large senior teams especially are the ones who lead that pack. Cheer Extreme, World Cup, they're Stingrays, they're from the beginning, and people look to them for trends and for training and all that fun stuff.
Every year there seems to be one team that surprises everyone to come out of nowhere and medal at Worlds. What team do you think could be that this season?
Gosh, that's such a loaded question. When I was looking at the results from Cheerleading Worlds 2017, what was really interesting was that you can look at your predictions and you can look at everyone else's predictions, and there's always such a shakeup, and it's so great. Like last year, for example, CJA Bombshells, globed in small senior 5, and seemingly came out of left field, right? And it's awesome to see that can happen at Worlds, where you can be talked about all season, but you might not globe. So the team that I'm looking at this year is Cheer Force Blackout in the small senior co-ed 5 division. They're by no means a team that's gone super under the radar. They made it to finals last year. They've been super competitive all year this year, but I think this might be a breakout year for them.
Thank you so much for your time, Alex.
Oh, you're welcome.